Hey, it's Ashley. I am back from India. I've been back for about a week now to cold Canada and wanted to check in with you, let you know what the last few days of my trip in India were like, as well as what I've been processing, what God has been teaching me over this past week. It's a lot to take in. Just 2 weeks in India, really quick. You see a lot, you talk to a lot of people, you learn a ton. And so I've really just been praying through what God do you want to show me from these 2 weeks. That was something that our team, there was 14 of us there, really felt like we couldn't come back to our homes and have nothing change after seeing what we saw in India. So just as a recap for Gospel for Asia, it was incredible for us to go over and see the different projects that they are a part of. And they are doing so much in India and in Asia. They have such a beautiful heart, such a pure, beautiful heart for the people of India and for Asia. There's over 16,000 local staff members, people who are from the different communities, the different regions of India and Asia, who are working on the field, meeting the needs day to day of families and of the communities. It was wonderful to hear those different stories from people who have been impacted by the work that Gospel for Asia is doing, by the donations that people have made to Gospel for Asia. They have so many different areas that they are working in, from kids ministries to women to the widows. There's lots of widows in India, to clean water, to medical missions, to the Bible colleges. They are touching so many different areas of India. And so I just want to say that the sincerity, the humility, and the integrity of the staff members and just Gospel for Asia as a whole really came through on this trip. Going into the trip, I didn't know actually that much about Gospel for Asia, but coming away, I feel I have a really great grasp on the work that Gospel for Asia is doing, and just so confident in the work and their hearts of what they're doing in Asia. So a few things that God has just been teaching me over this past week is the idea of work as worship. Something that I saw in India is that it is a hard place to live. It is a hard place to grow up. And as a woman, it is especially hard. Life can be quite difficult, and there's a lot of hard work to be had. And if you're going out there and you were talking to people about Jesus, it is especially hard. But every person that we came in contact with that's associated with Gospel for Asia just looks at this work as just a worship to the Lord and just a way to really glorify His name and just show that we are serving a great God. And so I've come back and just really thought a lot about, okay, my day-to-day life, how can I use just the simple things or the hard things in life as a way to worship God? So from cleaning the house to getting ready in the morning to working at CHRI or volunteering at church or volunteering at the soup kitchen on Wednesday nights. How is all of this, every moment of my life, a worship to God? Something else that we've learned a lot about and heard a lot about is the idea of prayer and fasting. Everything that Gospel for Asia does comes along with prayer and fasting. They don't go ahead without praying and fasting, praying and fasting. This is just a theme in general that I feel like God has been talking to me about in 2013, the idea of praying. So it was really great to have that kind of reaffirmed while I was in Asia, praying and fasting over everything. And then thirdly, something that I've been thinking a lot about just this past week is the idea that we have to do something. We have to do something. There are big problems in this world. No matter where you go, you hear about different problems here right at home. There are lots of issues going on. Overseas, there are big issues. And we saw that in India with men, with women, with children. So many problems. But you can't be scared by how big the problems seem, because I know that if you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen. But if you do something, God will use you. And I can guarantee you that 100% because I have seen it in my own life. God will use you when you step out. So pray and you fast over it. But you need to do something. You need to step out. And something that I've just been feeling for the West, we have been so blessed. Many of us, most of us, financially, beyond what many people in India could even ever imagine being blessed with. And I think that we have this call, we have this duty to give financially to help people in other parts of the world, just to help them meet their basic needs that they have in life that often are not even being met. So I just want to encourage you just to pray about that. Pray about what your next step is in life, because there is something, whether that's traveling maybe overseas to do a similar trip to this, or giving financially, or volunteering somewhere in your community, but do something, and God will will use you. He will show up and He will use you. I can guarantee that. So I posted a ton of pictures on Facebook of my trip to India, so you kind of see what the different landscapes are, see some of the kids that we got to hang out, the women that we got to meet, the stories that we got to hear. You'll see those pictures. Check them out. I have posted the link down below this YouTube video, so you can see it right there. Just click it to my Facebook page. It's open for everyone to see. As well, Gospel for Asia, you can connect with them on their website. Here in Canada, it's gfa.ca. You can also connect down in the States at gfa.org. Check them out. They're an awesome organization, and thank you so much for praying for us while we were in India. We really felt that we were covered in prayer. I have to say that no one really got sick on our trip, which is a miracle. Okay, one person kind of got a little bit sick, but it was for 2 hours, so that doesn't really count. But we were healthy and we were safe the entire time. So we thank you for your prayers. And please continue to pray for the work that Gospel for Asia is doing. They just need to be covered in prayer at all times, and all their staff members and everyone that they are reaching out to. So thank you for continuing to pray for the work that is being done. God bless.